So a fellow subscriber of mine has shown me this gem, and unfortunately, he deleted the message. Like, he took the screenshot, and I think that he deleted it as if he's disgusting with it. And it's like, why? That is a gem. Like, give it to me, you know? One man's trash is another man's treasure. I need this in my life. I need to show it to my subscriber. I need to give Samsung, which is a multi-billion-dollar corporation representing the voice of the marginalized, I want to give them a megaphone. I want to amplify this message. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Like, I had tears dripping down my cock when I saw it. It moved me. It was so emotional. The world is not on track to achieve gender equality by 2030. What the fuck happens on 2030? Is the Messiah coming on Earth? The rapture is happening on 2030, isn't it? No more gas cars by 2030. We need to achieve zero carbon emission. If you fart by 2030, we will know. And now it's like gender equality needs to be achieved. No, seriously, are the aliens coming? Like, are the aliens coming to judge our planet and to see it's like, what did you do up until now? It's 2030. We told you to get your shit together. It is fascinating, isn't it? It's like the mystical 2030. For those of you who do not follow, I know it comes from the UN agenda and shit. They always do this. They had like, if you look at the history of the UN, they usually pick a year, and it's like, by this year, we need to abolish capitalismus, and we need to make the United Nations dominate through all the sovereign countries and to instill our power in the world. They always do this shit. And usually they choose environmentalist issues, right? Either it's global cooling, global warming, climate change, acid rain, killer bees, like whatever the fuck, okay? There is a huge problem in the world, and only the enlightened minds at the United Nations can fix it. It's literally their standard demo, except that corporations didn't decide to be cringe up until now. It's only when you have social media that companies decided, you know what? We're gonna be cringe. We're gonna be cringe. I mean, like sure. Why not? Just do it. And part of it is because of Zoomers and TikTok. Like, literally, it is popular with some people. They genuinely enjoy this shit for some reason. And you know, the same people that are like, oh my god, oh, the climate. The climate. They're like, using air conditioning, using rigs made for gaming, that consume a lot of electricity. Their mommy and daddy have private cars. They stuff their face with pork chops. Like they're not willing to give away their life. No, they want to be like the climate ambassador. You know, actors from Hollywood that travel around private yachts and they fly with private jets and shit. But they lecture others. You know, this is the power trip that you get from lecturing the little peasants. Usually people more poor than you. Lecturing the marginalized and then giving a voice to the marginalized, right? I love that. It's like, let me lecture you, peasant, and then let me speak for your behalf because you don't know what to say. Shut the fuck up. It's pretty much their mentality. And companies are trying to cater to these people, but I think usually when companies try to cater to a specific culture, they end up being incredibly cringe. Like, imagine, you know, playing your video game with your ushikushi waifu, Nikkei, or whatever the fuck, and all of a sudden your phone buzzes. Within only 7 years remaining, a mere 15.4% of the Goal 5 indicators are on track. Yet, the world as we know it is not on track to achieve the gender equality. Yes, it is. You can identify as a man. Like, literally, you can. And if anyone says you can't, he is a bigot, he is the problem, he needs to get fired. So if you're not achieving gender equality, get more women to identify as men. Problem solved. Contradict me. Come on, give me an argument why this isn't a thing. Why can't this be done? Or get men to identify as women. The opposite can be true. You know, as the feminists like to say, it is not on the burden of women to fix inequality. Correct. Get men to identify. I will be the first. Like, the moment Romania allows me to change my gender, I will. I think, like, women in Romania get to retire a couple of years earlier. I think it was 5 years. I don't know if they I will. Someone actually did it in Switzerland. Like, there was a man. Like, what do you mean he identifies? No, like, literally, it's legal. Okay? Like, they do not require any sort of proof, right? Like, you don't need to get a medical license, you don't need to change your lifestyle, you don't need to do anything. You only need to go to the city hall and say, all right, well, I identify as a woman now. And then they change your papers, and legally speaking, like from the perspective of the law, they treat you exactly the same as a woman, with all the benefits, the perks, and the responsibilities that come with it. What responsibilities? I'm sure there are some. But probably not the military. Yes, I saw the Biden administration actually. For trans people, you still get drafted. Like in the case of a draft, you still get drafted. But other than that, like that is the only thing that's different, right? You still need to die in their foreign wars. But other than that, you get all the benefits, right? So to me, this is like a business opportunity. This is like a promotional thing. You know, you go to the supermarket and you get a promotion. Like buy one, get one free type of thing. It's like, why wouldn't I benefit from it? Of course I will. So if Romania ever decides to allow people to identify as the different gender on paper, like legally speaking, the next day I will do it. I encourage others to do the same. I also encourage people on the left to tell me why this mentality is wrong. Using left-leaning ideology, okay? I don't want you to go into those bigoted conservative books and those bigoted conservative thought. No. You do not talk with them, okay? Like, no platform for bigots, no platform for fascists. No. Using, like, left-leaning ideology, and I want sources and citations. I want to see, you know, this academic said such and such, and therefore, okay? Like, this is what I want. I'm curious if I'm going to get it. In the meantime, I find it also interesting that Samsung, which is an international company, is worried about gender equality by lecturing Britain. So they're not lecturing Palestine, they're not lecturing Ukraine, they're lecturing Britain. Very interesting. By the way, I'm actually curious, did Samsung itself achieve gender equality? Did the UN achieve gender equality? Does anyone ask if the UN is gender equal? Do they have 50% representation? Why not? Why not? You know what? I think we should start with the UN. This is how you actually make change in the world. You start from the top. You don't start from the bottom. It's difficult. No, the leader needs to display the change. Right? Isn't it how it works? Like, I don't know how to make the change myself, so I need a representation. Isn't representation important? Right. I need a leader that represents me to take the change themselves and then show the masses how it's done. So until the leaders don't make the change, I'm sorry, Samsung, it can't be done. Go lecture the politicians. Go lecture the people at UN first. Anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.